go. Let's do it. I'm ready. Even if I'm not ready, we're going for it.
I knew this episode was going to be special because, of course, it's Dr. Shirley Madhere that is with me. Welcome to another episode of my daily dose of inspiration and positive affirmation. Today we'll be talking about the topic of beauty.
Yes.
And there's no other person in this world I could have had this conversation with than Dr. Shirley.
Thank you so much.
She's not just beautiful, as you can see.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank
but
you.
She's the
I had a little help from my friends, but thank you.
Yes. But she's the definition of what you call beauty and brains.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Shirley have a residency in general surgery.
Yes.
She's a trained plastic surgeon and
Yes.
a nutritionist. She's also an author.
Yes.
A humanitarian.
Where did you get this information?
Well, it's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere.
You're Dr. Shirley. I just need to Google you and you're everywhere.
I know. I'm crazy. I gotta get off the grid.
Oh my God. No, you can't. We find you.
Okay, true.
You also a podcast host. You have
Yes.
a podcast that speaks on to like women and beauty.
Yes.
And I'm so humbled that you honored my invitation today.
Thank
If I had
you.
to pay you, that would have been like my 2-year salary.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe 5 years actually.
Maybe, you see?
But for you,
Wow.
anything.
I'm so grateful that I have friends and people like you that I can just tap on, just send a message and you'll be there.
I appreciate that. I am really honored to be here. I am delighted that you invited me. It really humbles me to know that you think I could have anything to say that would contribute to a better life or just a better story. So thank you.
I'm sure you have more than anything. So you are a plastic surgeon, and
Yes.
when you think of medicine, usually
Yes.
plastic surgery, cosmetics is not the first thing that comes to mind. That's an interesting field of medicine. Why did you choose that?
Why did I choose plastic surgery? Well, it is actually a long and circuitous story, but I'll try to give you the short version. The short version is that I was always interested in the body. I was fascinated by the way things worked. Like, how does this work? But why does that work? And I was always trying to figure it out. But when I learned about biology and anatomy and the human body, I became obsessed. That we have this gift of a body and soul and brain, and to see it all work so beautifully, I just thought I have to dedicate my life to studying this. And then to be able to have the wherewithal, the knowledge, the experience, the talent to try to figure out and help people to figure out what goes wrong when our bodies, our machines, our gifts, our temples are not really functioning the way that they should. That was it for me, because it was the perfect combination of doing something that I loved, doing something that I was absolutely passionate about and really intellectually stimulated by, and helping people at the same time.
Yeah.
I just thought, oh, that's it, it's perfect.
Wow.
I actually danced ballet professionally for 8-10 years, a long time. And I think now that I think back to it, my dancing ballet was really a manifestation of my love for the human body, right? To be able to tell a story through movement and not have to say a word, to be able to communicate to someone else, you know, your love or your emotions or your disdain, whatever, and not have to say a word. I think that's really powerful, and it all goes back to how our bodies work. So I guess I'm really a nerd at heart.
That's interesting. It's interesting how you kind of frame being able to communicate to people without saying a word, because that's how when you look how you want to look.
Yes.
That's your way of communicating to people.
Absolutely. Beauty is the quintessence, it is the essence of communication, right? Because I think there's something about the brain and the way that we're wired as humans that we're naturally attracted to beauty, whether it's nature, whether it's a piece of art, whether it's another human being, whether it's a baby, whether it's a puppy. When we perceive beauty, it becomes emotional, and it changes us chemically, and I love that.
I have to ask you, what do you define as beauty?
Oh my goodness, that is such a broad definition, because I try to see beauty in everything. But if I had to think of one way to define beauty, it would probably be for me the space or the place where you feel happy about being your true, authentic self. And that's different for everyone.
I hope someone tweeted that, because I would write that as a tweet.
I should write it down before I forget it.
As Instagram caption. Because these days we get a lot of narrative from the
Yes.
media,
Yes, we do.
from the internet, from ads, telling
Yes.
you how you should look and feel,
Yes.
or what beauty actually looks like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
What would you tell people who are like feeling frustrated, desperate, trying to meet up with these theories of
Yeah.
beauty? Meanwhile, there's probably some kind of uniqueness, like you said,
Of course.
that is their beauty. What would
Yes.
you tell them?
I would tell them that it's normal to feel like crap, but you shouldn't stay feeling that way. You shouldn't let someone else's beauty or image or what they have make you feel less than. I too struggled personally with my sense of self and how I looked. I don't know if I would go so far as to say I was the ugly duckling, but when I was a child, I looked interesting. I had so many people along the way in my life tell me, "Oh, you have an interesting look." And at first, I used to sort of cringe at that, like, "Oh, interesting." I didn't hear pretty. I didn't hear attractive. I didn't hear beautiful. So it would make me feel contracted and small.
Yeah.
And then I had to grow into the fact that interesting look is my power.
Yes.
I look unique. I don't look necessarily like anyone else, and I am proud of that.
Yeah.
Right? I love the fact that I do look ethnic, but you can't really tell what I am, and it's people are guessing. So what? I think it's fantastic. I am so comfortable where I am, and I so love myself with the flaws and blemishes and all of that. I love me, and I think I would add on to that definition of beauty the space where you feel you love yourself the most. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, and it's empowering, and it embodies confidence, and who doesn't want that? Male, female, black, white, yellow, green. Who
Whatever
doesn't?
you are, wherever you are.
Who
Yes.
doesn't want that? I think that is universal.
Yes.
And that's why I think with media and social media and the different images that we get from magazines, and you should look this way and you should be this way, none of it really matters. They might just be ideas. So
Yes.
next time you look at them, say, "Huh, that's an idea, but I reject it." Or, "Huh, that's an interesting idea, I accept it." And also know that that image may not be for everyone.
Yes.
And sometimes I've actually had patients who have come in for consultations and brought me pictures of celebrities or pictures of models, and they say, "Well, I want that nose." And I'd have to look at them and say, "But you're not that person. And this is possible, and that is not possible, and maybe a certain shape is possible on your face, but the exact nose maybe won't fit you because that's not who you are."
So kind of finding who you are as a person.
Yes.
And it's okay to look at media and get
Yes, of
ideas
course,
to
of course.
advance yourself, but don't change yourself for what you see in the media, but accept what works for you and let go of the ones that becomes like pressure and this like excessive approach to becoming someone else.
And I think that process that you mentioned of finding yourself and being comfortable with who you are is really important because it's okay to make changes. I love plastic surgery. I love taking people to surgery, but I think it has to be done from a place of self-love
Yes.
and a place of strength and not a place of lack or a place of self-hate. So if you're thinking to yourself, you're looking in your mirror and you're thinking, "Yeah, I'm pretty fabulous, but I just kind of think a little tweak here would really knock it out the park," go ahead.
Do it.
Do it. No judgment. Do you without judgment. Do you without judgment on yourself, and do you without fear of judgment from others. So that's when, if you do want to make at least a physical change, then you're doing it from a place of power,
Yes.
right? As opposed to a place of, lack and I'm not good enough. Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
I have to ask you this question because whenever you talk about beauty, and we've connected beauty to power several times in this conversation.
Yes.
It's not always brought up in a professional setting.
Right.
But meanwhile, when you have a client meeting, you want to pick the best suit out of your wardrobe.
Of course.
You want to pick the best dress.
Of course.
How do you think feeling beautiful, how do you think connected back to your professional performance and your professional strength?
I think the word beauty may be loaded for a lot of people.
Yes.
And maybe if we talk about feeling attractive or if we're feeling beautiful, that feeling good, feeling great imbues you with a sense of confidence. And that confidence is powerful. And it's that confidence that helps you, and it's human, There's nothing wrong with it. It is fundamentally human. That confidence is what helps you to put your best face forward, your best self forward, and helps you to put your best performance forward.
Yes.
In which case, you're unstoppable, right? But it's also has a double-edged sword, because people think, oh, beauty, attractiveness, it really doesn't matter, or it's all vanity and it doesn't count. Oh, contraire, but it does. It absolutely does. And if it doesn't matter to anyone else, and I do believe that it does matter to a lot of people who are looking at you, it certainly should matter to yourself. Putting your best face forward, your best self forward, should always be a priority. And again, you don't have to adhere to a certain standard. It doesn't mean you have to wear, $500 earrings. It doesn't mean you have to wear a lot of makeup. You do whatever it is you feel that you need to do to be confident that when you're going someplace, when you're going on an interview, that not only that comes through, but the whole package.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right.
That's what you bring every time I see you.
Bring it.
Every time I see Dr. Shirley, she brings everything, 150%. And I hope you're learning from what it is that makes her do that. And you bring that to whatever you're doing, whether it's your profession, whether it's the thing you do daily. Just bring your best self forward,
Bring your best self forward. Exactly. If you're going grocery shopping,
bring your best
bring your best self forward. Even if you have curlers in your hair.
Let that be your best self.
Let that be your best
and
self.
work it.
And work it. Own it.
I have to ask you this, because one of the core beliefs that you have in your practice is, if you like, the healing and beauty have to come from within.
Yes.
I think that's a really powerful word, but it's not the best selling points you should have as a plastic surgeon.
My father is a banker, and he told me many, many years ago, you're not so good at business.
You're not selling yourself really well.
It's not a good I am not a marketer.
But that's a powerful thing to believe in. Why particularly that word, that healing?
From within.
From within. The beauty have to come from within.
Because it's my truth. And I believe that's another thing that's beautiful, authenticity. Yes. And I know that word gets tossed around a lot, and it's a bit overused, but I really believe in living and speaking your truth. And that is another part of beauty from within. And just scientifically speaking, everything that I've learned as a medical student, as a surgeon, as a healer, if I dare say, is that you can't have one without the other. In order to emanate, or in order to have the appearance of health and happiness and radiance and beauty, the systems on the inside have to work. Yes. Because if things are not functioning on the inside, they will manifest on the outside. Yes. And it's interesting that you say, because I struggle with that also. Several years ago, when I came up with my slogan of holistic plastic surgery, people were just like, what is that? What is holistic about plastic surgery? I mean, do you put like herbs on your scalpel? It was cute.
Yeah,
it was really cute. Like, what is that? It had more to do with my approach. Yes. And exactly what you mentioned about how I believe that beauty does emanate from within, but it's complemented by stuff from the outside. Exactly. And in my opinion, it's really difficult to have both. Yes. And if you have one without the other, it's possible, but for me it's just not as deep and not as strong and not as long lasting, and it's not complete. Yes. So even though it might be a crappy
it's not crappy. It's really powerful.
It feels powerful to me, and when I thought of it, holistic plastic surgery, and then the rest of the slogan or tagline is person before procedure. Yes. I felt at peace. I was like, this is my mission. Yes. This is what I believe in.
Let's help you find yourself.
Yes, this is
anything else you need.
This is my truth. And believe me, I'm a girly girl. I like pretty. I like makeup. I like glitter. I like lip gloss. I love fabulous skin. So I'm not denying myself that or my patients that, but I'm helping them to understand that, yes, they can have all that with lots of procedures that I can do, but once they tap in and get that stuff on the good side, on the inside, really good and strong and healthy, epic, legendary.
I think you've already touched on this question I'm going to be asking you,
Yes.
but I just want to hear it all over again because
Yes.
it sounds way more powerful when you say it.
Sounds pretty good coming from you too.
So, why do you think it's particularly important for people to put a little bit of interest and commitment into finding their beauty,
Yes.
whatever that is?
Whatever
Or however you identify yourself.
Yes.
Finding, or at least trying to find what your beauty is, whether it's inside or outside,
Yes.
or merging both, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Why is that process important? Why is that important?
Well, it's similar to what you mentioned earlier about choosing the right outfit for the occasion.
Yes.
It's similar in that you want to portray that you are a happy person, a well person, a confident person, and in doing so, maybe you're not just choosing the right dress or the right pantsuit, but you have to put on good face. You've got to give good face. And it's not to say to fake anything. No, no, no. But sometimes they say, excuse me, do you want me to stop that?
No.
Alarm?
It's good.
Okay. Sorry, that was my alarm. Check on patients after interview.
See?
I will. But to get back to that point, I think it's very important to, again, give good face and put
Yes.
your best, and when I say face, I mean your whole self.
Yes.
So put your best self forward. And even though you may not want to use moisturizer, you may not want to use makeup, that's okay. I don't wear makeup every day. I only wear makeup for special occasions.
Oh, yes.
But I think it's very important to show the world that you love yourself and you believe in yourself. And that every day, this one life that you have, this one gift of a life that you have, no matter what happens, you're going to deal with it the best way that you can, and you're going to look the part, you're going to try to feel the part. And sometimes putting on a smile, even though you don't feel like smiling, it sends messages to your brain, and
Yes.
somehow it might change the way you feel. And sometimes, even if you're not feeling well, and if, for example, you're on the subway or if you're in traffic and you're just feeling like, if you can just switch that and make a choice to show happy, the rest of your day will
Happy
change.
will come to you.
Happy will come to you. And it might be even a little step,
Yes.
but I think it is important to show self-love and self-care and manifest your best version of yourself and your best version of how you define your own beauty. That's for you to define, no one else.
one else.
But once you do define it, put it out there, own it and put it out there.
I said it. There's no way I could have put it as good as you did. That's why
I just talk a lot.
That's why you went to college for this thing. You did trainings and all of that. I just went to college for like 6 years, and
And that's a big deal, darling. I don't know if I could do college for 6 years. I did college for 4 and that was enough.
This last question, just
Yes,
because.
you can ask me as many questions as you'd like.
Oh, I love you.
I love you back.
This last question, because we don't have to pay for, doctor's fees,
Yes.
consultation.
Free consultation.
This is free consultation for
Yes.
everyone listening today.
Yes,
everyone
my
get a
pleasure.
free consultation.
Yes.
Tell me 3 low cost effective tips that you use for yourself every day
Okay.
that brings out the best of your beauty.
Okay. So these tips, believe me, I've got lots of tips.
I know.
Lots of tricks, lots of secrets, maybe not secrets, but lots of info. However, I'm going to let you know about 3 of the things that I have done personally, and these are also the things that I tell my patients that they should start with because they don't really cost anything.
Yes.
So the first one is related to lifestyle. Healthy eating, eat well, sleep well, play well. Right? You have to have a little play in your life. You have to laugh.
You
have
play
to enjoy.
a lot.
Oh my God, do I play? Yeah, maybe. I work hard, but I play hard.
Yes, you do. You have a balance.
Yes. So the first one, lifestyle changes,
Yes.
right? Eat well, sleep well, play well, live well, love well. The second, and those are free.
Yes.
Those are all free. And the second one is related to your mind. Don't forget about your mind. It is one of the things that I think people forget about when they ask about anti-aging and age management and how do I stay young. Keep your mind busy and active. Keep learning. Keep talking. Stay social, believe it or not. I give out these, 10 tips for living a beautiful life. And one of them, studies have shown that if you stay social, that your brain keeps functioning for a lot longer. It's very important to keep your tribe around you. And then the last one may not be free, but it certainly is not so super expensive. Moisturize. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
Like your face, your body.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Yes. And believe me, I have tried thousands of moisturizers, and I'm not just talking about your face, but your face, your body, everything. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. But there are two ways to moisturize. Internally, water, water, water. 2 liters of pure water a day. And if you have caffeine or tea, yes, that counts as water, but for every caffeinated drink you have, you owe yourself
Water.
same amount in water. So 1.5, very conservatively, to 2 liters of pure water a day. The other way, right, to moisturize is outside. Find a really good moisturizer that protects your skin, that prevents water loss from your skin. And I've tried so many. My latest obsession are the oils. So sometimes I just use 2 or 3 drops of a really refined facial oil, and I just put that on and I'm good.
I would never think of oil.
No one thinks of oil.
Now we know.
Fantastic, because the oil stays on and it doesn't really moisturize, but it prevents what is called transepidermal water loss. So it prevents your body, your skin, from losing extra water from wind, from the flight, the plane, from sun, from just walking around a toxic environment like a very busy industrial city. So moisturize from the inside and the outside. And oils, facial oils, a very refined one, and yes, sometimes that means expensive, but it doesn't have to be. You could find my starter facial oil was $15. Now my facial oils are a little bit more than that. As they should be.
As they should be. But we have to start somewhere.
But we start someplace. So yes, consider an oil for moisturizer. It will surprise you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Shirley.
Thank
We've learned
for
so much
having
from
me.
you in this very short conversation.
It's been a pleasure
and
and an
I
honor.
can't wait to have you again.
Please
for
have
a
me back.
future episode.
I would love it.
And
Any
thank you for your
topic.
time.
Well, not any topic, but fashion, beauty, wellness, health, plastic surgery, those topics.
I know your specialty. I have your bio.
Yes, you do. That's true. Thank you so much.
Thank you, listeners. And like she said, find your best self. Bring that to the world and own it. Whatever that is, that's your beauty. It doesn't matter what the media puts out there. And she's given us 3 good solid tips of how to find your beauty. First of all, just keep social. Just don't forget that. Moisturize. Moisturize all day, all night. Keep your mind busy. Keep your mind busy. So physically, mentally, and then facially, whatever it is, just keep your body and soul fresh. And I hope to see you in the next episode. And thank you, Dr. Shirley, for being here.
Thank you so very much. And thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
Amazing.